Hey guys, welcome to Digit.in, and this is our review of the CREO Mark 1. Now, it's often said that hardware doesn't really matter for the basic functioning of a smartphone, but we say that the perfect marriage of hardware and software will give you the optimal output from any device. Now, what the CREO Mark 1 boasts of is the Helio X10 SoC, a QHD display and a price point of about 20,000 rupees. But the USP of this phone is its Fuel OS. So is it something that you should definitely consider? Has CREO made the smartphone that you need to buy? Well, we're about to find out. While the QHD display on the CREO Mark 1 looks quite good, it takes a toll on the MediaTek Helio X10 SoC. The CREO Mark 1 is riddled with lags in every step. It took me a full minute and 6 seconds to get the main menu of Injustice: Gods Among Us. Injustice, which takes a high toll on resources, is based on Unreal Engine 3. However, in Marvel Contest of Champions, which runs on the Unity engine, the lags are lesser but still pronounced. The phone even drops the frames on Temple Run 2, another game on the Unity engine. Now, performance like this isn't really acceptable, especially at the 20,000 rupee price point. Now, the company does promise regular OS updates, but what am I going to do with regular OS updates when the generic basic performance of the phone isn't great and it lags a lot? Well, since the OS is the USP, that's what we're going to talk about now. Moving on, Fuel OS in essence poses as a Cyanogen mod replacement for non-modders. As users, you're simply expected to make suggestions, and CREO says it will incorporate user feedback into its OS. Now, regular OS updates isn't something new to the world of smartphones. We've seen the likes of Xiaomi promise updates for its MIUI. We've seen Cyanogen that also gives you very regular updates for their OS. But in the case of the Fuel OS, you're going to receive monthly updates. Fuel OS looks like stock Android in many ways. It has an app drawer and more or less everything looks like Android. All that CREO has added are 3 apps or features, including Sense, Retriever and Echo. A question that comes to mind is, why just 3? Can't a software-focused firm do more? Coming to Sense, it's basically like Apple's Spotlight search and has been incorporated earlier by other OEMs. In addition, if you use Google Now regularly, you really don't need it. If you're on the home screen, you can swipe down to bring up Sense. From within an app, just tap the home button twice. Prepare for long lags, especially when you call Sense from within games. Also, if you want to search within your emails, you need to use CREO's inbuilt email app. The Echo feature allows you to create your own answering machine irrespective of what service provider you're on. It's a neat feature that integrates directly into the OS. CREO has added an extra tab to your dialer where all Echo messages show up, and you can even customize the message that a caller gets. Last but not least, we have Retriever, perhaps the only real functional app in the Fuel OS. This allows your phone to relay its location even when a new SIM card has been placed into the phone and has been flashed. When a different SIM is inserted, the CREO Mark 1 sends you an email telling you the location of where the SIM was inserted and gives you a part of the number. CREO's customer care confirms that after filing an FIR with the police, you can email the company a copy of the FIR to get the entire number. It's essentially a great security measure for those that are prone to losing their phones. So now, one of the biggest problems with the UI is the fact that the smartphone runs on Android 5.1.1 Lollipop in a day and age where we've seen some entry-level smartphones running on Marshmallow. So why couldn't the phone run on Marshmallow out of the box? The company has promised regular UI updates and not regular OS updates, so we really don't know when we will see Google updates hit this smartphone. Moving to the camera, all of the above could have been overlooked with the simple addition of a top-of-the-line camera. Alas, it fails again. The 21 megapixel Sony IMX230 sensor was used by Motorola for the Moto X Play, and while that phone costs about the same, it's far better, as is the OnePlus X with its Samsung ISOCELL sensor. The CREO Mark 1 takes too much time to focus irrespective of lighting conditions, and it can take satisfactory shots only under bright sunlight. To be clear, the camera may look okay to many, but given that you have phones like the Moto X Play, OnePlus X and even a much older ZTE Nubia Z3 Mini in the vicinity, the Mark 1 is far behind. Images taken by the Mark 1 lack sharpness and it loses detail in low light and indoor shots. Coming to the battery, the CREO Mark 1 has a 3100 mAh battery, which is quickly drained by the QHD display. That said, for regular usage, the phone should last for about 8 hours. For heavy users though, the battery life can be another issue with this smartphone. Coming to the build and design, all said and done, the CREO Mark 1 is still a good looking smartphone. It follows Sony's Xperia design of yore, and while its glass back is a fingerprint intensive magnet, the same can be said about many other glass body devices. Personally, I'm not really bothered by the fingerprints. What bothers me more is the build quality of the device. The SIM tray in the second slot is wobbly, which points towards poor construction and attention to detail. Now, for a price point of 20,000 rupees, it is difficult to recommend the CREO Mark 1, especially considering its performance isn't that great when we have the likes of, let's say, the Redmi Note 3, which is at 12,000 rupees, a better performer. The camera on this smartphone also isn't that great, especially when you compare it to the likes of the Moto X Play or the OnePlus X. The build quality of this phone is great, but we have seen some really well-built smartphones like the LE Eco LE1S or even the Redmi Note 3 with a slightly better attention to detail. So yes, considering its price point and just the fact that you're going to get regular UI updates with a unique looking OS doesn't justify the price tag of 20,000 rupees for a phone like this one. We recommend you consider your options before making a buying decision. So that was our review of the CREO Mark 1 smartphone. As always, you can let us know what you thought of this smartphone in the comment section below. You can also ask us questions and we will do our best to answer them. If you like this video, you can hit the like button, and for more videos like this one, you can subscribe to the Digit YouTube channel. We'll catch you in another video.